Today you will meet the most dangerous and desired women of Babylon, women who ruled over kings, merchants, and warriors. Using beauty as their deadliest weapon, Babylon never slept. At night its streets became rivers of gold and sin. Lanterns and torches lit up walls covered with mosaics and gold, while the sound of flutes and drums echoed through the corridors of the night market. From the shadows and lights they emerged, fine linen robes dyed in royal purple, eyes painted with black coal, necklaces of rare stones reflecting the torch flames. These women were not mere prostitutes. They were priestesses of pleasure, trained to charm, manipulate, and negotiate. They knew exactly where to touch, what to say, when to smile, and when to vanish, leaving behind a man willing to give away everything. These women had access to secrets even generals didn't know. Every whisper in their ear was a coin, every touch a promise. They used perfumed oils from distant lands, fragrances that lingered on their lover's skin for days, making them daydream. Many were sent into palaces, seducing messengers and nobles to extract valuable information. Others ruled over taverns, luring travelers with stories, songs, and dances that seemed to hypnotize. In Babylon, power did not only come from the sword or the throne. It also came from a gaze that made a man forget his very soul. They needed no sharp weapons. Their lips were invisible blades. One wrong word and an empire could fall. One sweet promise and a war could begin. These were the daughters of Babylon's night, and the world that fell into their arms was never the same again. The prostitutes of Babylon were not merely women for sale. They were strategists, manipulators, and queens of a dangerous game. In the heart of the city, under the golden lights of the temples and the distant sound of harps, they wove their web of seduction. With a calculated gaze, they knew how to choose their prey: kings, merchants, soldiers, or foreigners. Every gesture, every word, every touch was rehearsed as part of a ritual. It was not just about pleasure. It was about dominance, about making men kneel not only from desire but from power. They wore rare perfumes brought from distant lands, oils that made their skin shine like gold. Their garments were works of art, stitched with silk threads and adorned with precious stones. When they walked, silence followed. Everyone knew these were no ordinary women. Many believed they carried charms and spells capable of driving any man insane. Some even said that the gods themselves feared them, for their influence reached the thrones, and as wine flowed and the temple lights burned into the night, they whispered promises that mixed pleasure with perdition. In Babylon, those who fell into their arms rarely escaped unscathed. The prostitutes of Babylon were not merely symbols of pleasure but of power. Their whispers shaped decisions, their gazes commanded kings, and their laughter echoed through the corridors of power. Every action was calculated, every word carried weight. They were masters of the psychology of seduction, capable of turning empires upside down without spilling a drop of blood. The secret lay in subtle manipulation, irresistible promises, and an imposing presence. In the temple during nighttime rituals, they combined dance, music, and exotic perfumes to capture the attention of any man who dared enter. Every movement was choreographed to seduce. Every gesture carried a silent promise of pleasure or perdition. It was a dangerous art. Often, powerful men became captives of lust, forgetting alliances, promises, and even their own families. But time does not stop even for the most powerful women. Babylon fell, the temples became ruins, and the seduction that once ruled empires became legend. Still, their story remains, a warning of the power of influence and seduction and how lust and charm can shape the destiny of kings and empires.